trying to see how best we all can build our country, we can build our unity, and of course, we can build our economy. I am very, very delighted to be here. I want to say good evening to the wonderful people of the We Nation in Grand Bassa County. I'm delighted to be here, and to all of my diaspora friends, families. Welcome to the Nighttime Spain program via Freedom Radio and Radio LIB.
It's good to be here this evening. Your voice sounds so energetic. I have to say, like you
Let
are
me
in a
see.
battle and finally you came up victorious. You sound so energetic.
Oh
What
yes,
is
I
behind the
am.
energy?
Because where there is rule of law,
Mm.
everything juvenates.
Wow.
Where you are in a situation, whether in a home, and there is no rule of law, there
Mm.
is no unity, then of course everybody will be
In disarray.
in a coma, if you will. So I am very, very excited,
Okay.
based on what had been said by some of us, many of us,
Mm.
regarding Liberia's
Mm.
best interest is to
Mm.
embrace the rule of
Okay.
law,
It's to embrace
and
the rule of law.
and
Uh,
those who make the law, and
mm.
if they don't follow the doctrines of the
Mm.
law,
Mm.
then it means that Liberia is nowhere. And I am
Okay.
very, very excited. I'm very, very excited about the rule of law, and that's what we've been saying all along. So yeah, this is where the energy is.
Yeah, sure. As for me, when I listen to the ruling from the Supreme Court on today, the final judgment, because they are the final arbiter of the Lord, the rule of law and the majority blood, whoever, every one of us just been waiting for the final ruling to come from the Supreme Court, and it came out today with it. Our and when they're now, it's not like I was celebrating for one side to win, but I just wanted this whole issue, the whole hullabaloo to come to an end so we can have a smooth government running, so things can be back on path, so we can have our country respected, so people out there can respect our country because we shouldn't be having two speakers, two-person claiming to be legitimate speakers on the law of our country. They were having some misunderstanding, one group respecting the other, but I got broken down. I got disappointed. It beats down my imaginations. Or when I listened to the radio at some point in time, I read on social media and I read a press statement coming from the man who was purporting himself to be legitimate speaker of Liberia, Mr. Richard Kuhn, that he will not listen to the Supreme Court. That's the same Supreme Court I've been waiting for. And then I say, wow, then the lawlessness in Liberia is too much because we just been talking about how lawless the country is, and then people who we see as lawmakers, people who make the laws now trying to break the laws, the same law they should be protecting, the same law they should be preaching and explaining to us. So the common citizens in Buse Quarter, on the old road, in Newtown, in West Point, in Attington, my hometown. So all of us can follow the laws. We are citizens. We can know how to govern ourselves. When people start to break the law now and then, I don't know, but I think the lawlessness, well, it is where we are now. I, seriously, I got disappointed, but howbeit, it is where we are. This is what every Liberian been waiting for. I guess the final reading of the Supreme Court, and this time they make it very clear. It's not like first when they announced we had to run to somebody to come and interpret, right? So another
I
person will
mean,
interpret.
the
Yeah,
thing the thing was clear. You see, if you are a science student,
mm,
when you are talking about a matter concerning to science, you speak science language.
okay.
Whether you talk about uh, uh, dissolving, or you talk about the liquid and things, instead of saying water, or you talk about emulsification instead of talking about burning and things like that. So they were speaking their language, and we said that what it means is that you are not in the good stand of the law. You are outside of the law. So they use the Latin language, which most of our law and things like that, majority of the definitions we use in law and things like that, they are either in Latin. So they spoke that, and they said ultra vires, so it means that whatever you do, it is outside of the law. That was clear, but because somebody wanted to interpret it to his own or her own taste, they started doing the polling and healing. This thing, it wouldn't have gone that way if the implementer of the law was to implement it. My own partisan, who is now my own president, Dr. Joseph Nyima Boakai, who campaigned about the rule of law, that Liberia was outside of the rule of law, and he was going to bring about the rule of law. He said that over and over. And then when he got in, he started breaking the law, the rule of law. And when this thing was going on, if you were to implement that, well, what you are doing is wrong, and for this reason, even if we don't pass the budget, we'll not pass the budget, and the Liberian people will hold you accountable. I'm not going to give you the budget, because there is nothing in our constitution that say majority black or minority black. I am here to implement the law. I am here to make sure that whatever the legislative body put into law, I'm here to implement that. And if it is not understood by me, then we have the judiciary to interpret the law. You have the lawmaker, you have the law interpreter, and you have the law implementer. So if the president, who's supposed to implement the law, is not implementing the law, then the president is the cause for what been going on all of these years.
Okay, go ahead.
My phone is somewhere ringing, so that's why I wanted to hang on.
Okay, go ahead. You can go ahead. Okay. So this is the night and spin on Freedom 87.9. We are discussing the Supreme Court ruling today on
I am very sorry. I do not want for this to interfere with our discussion.
Go ahead.
Yes. So as I was saying, we wouldn't have gone that far if the implementer of the law was not the one that violating the law. Because if you give protection to somebody who is illegitimately or illegitimate or illegal, let me put it in this way, instead of saying illegitimate, somebody who is violating the law, somebody who is not following the law. If I begin to say, okay, I recognize you, I give you all the protection, and I begin to withdraw all the maximum protection that the speaker is entitled to, it means that I am aiding and abetting, or I am encouraging the wrong. So that's why many of us, we said, if the president was not the one masterminding this, then this would have been resolved. Then Liberia was not going to be in public ridicule. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. The implementer of the law was the one who was helping to violate the law by siding with those who were violating the law. And that's why I, as a part of the Unity Party, I stand against anybody that will violate the very constitution that they swear on, the very constitution that they said they're going to uphold. If they were in a developed country and things like that, by this time, President Boakai would have been impeached because of violating the very constitution that brought you to power. But we thank God that Uh, the rule of law is being displayed today so that we can know the wrong and the right. No one is above the law. Not the president, not in fact, the judiciary. No one is above the law, not even the lawmaker. But in Liberia, the lawmakers, they make themselves to be above the law. And ask them to be corrected. I don't know what law have they put in place besides uh, situation or doctrine or whatever they will put in place to increase their salary, to increase whatever benefit we get. They have not put in any law or in place any law that will benefit the country, the masses in the country. Everything that they always, oh, this one we sign for this one to be, we part this one into this, and that. Everything is about their own benefit and not of the country. And anybody who wants to bring about the benefit of the people that they're supposed to be protecting and be bringing to the people, they're not doing that. So if you bring about it, they want to remove you, they want to do this, they want to do that. So what happened today, the clarity of the constitution or the part of the constitution have been violated by these guys who they call regime speaker or regime majority block. Again, Mr. Cohn made it clear that he is a regime speaker, and we know that in our country constitution, you have the speaker for the Republic of Liberia, and you go by the law. But if you are a speaker of a regime, whatever that implementer of the regime dictates, that's what you're going to do. And this is what we see in Liberia that is destroying Liberia. And this is why we as Liberians, we need to come together so that the rule of law can be implemented. Many of the people who say they are lawmaker, they will go and encroach on somebody's property. They do all kinds of things, and then if that poor person trying to claim his or her land, it becomes a problem. At the end of the day, they will physically fight that person. There is no justice. Why? Because the implementation of the law is lacking in the country. We have all the laws on the book, but the implementation of the law. That's why these guy rebels, because anybody who rebels, that person is considered a rebel. So these rebels who came together, what are 43 of them, who rebelled against the constitution, they put themselves together and they started seizing people or salaries and all of this stuff. It is not healthy for the country. And I am glad. This is why I'm very, very excited this afternoon. You see me a different mindset, because we need to go back to the rule of law. Mind you, many of the people that are in our lawmaking body, they were either rebels or they supported rebels rebel activities. So the mindset there is to do it the rebel way. And this is what we've been seeing in our legislative body. This is why the legislative body is the problem in the country. Because if they were not going to go the rebel way and were to go by the way of the Constitution, then their oversight responsibility to the executive, that would be done. But they will say my responsibility, oversight, lawmaking, and representation. But who are they representing? The people that you are representing, they don't have drugs in a various hospital. But yet then still, you have more money, you have extra, what do you call it, legislative engagement, and you're not even doing what you're supposed to do. If you give somebody a 14 gauge zinc, then you say so and so. So they are the problem in the country. That's why we need to be together so that those people, we hold it accountable. And every Liberian should be very, very happy about the decision from the Supreme Court that we need to be a country governed by law. And that's what I'm very, very excited tonight.
Oh, yes, certainly indeed. It is a reason why every Liberian should be excited. That people indeed should follow the rule of law. But I guess you read a statement coming from the the majority bloc speaker, the man who was claiming to be the speaker, I guess you read a statement coming from him that he would not hear or listen to the ruling from the Supreme Court.
Of course, we expect that. And this is where I said, if the president of the Republic of Liberia, the name is, because recently he became a doctor, Dr. Joseph Nyima Wakai. He is the one, he's a captain of the ship.
Okay.
He knows that the government of Liberia is based on three distinct bodies. And those three distinct bodies, they have their responsibilities. And the Supreme Court is the one that decides if there is any misunderstanding among between the two branches when it comes to the law. Okay, so that's why even if the Supreme Court or members of the Supreme Court, if any of them violate their responsibilities, that's why the House also can put in for impeachment because they have checks and balances. So if this a young man who violated the very constitution, and the interpreter of the law, they are saying the way you went about it is wrong. That is the rebel way of doing things. And if he say he's not going to do it, then the only reason he's saying that is because of the implementer of the policy of the law in the country is siding with him. Because if the executive withdraw the protection that he has, withdraw all of the other incentives they gave him, the vehicles that they gave him, and all of this, and they make it, well, you are not, because he contested, he didn't win. So he cannot use the rebel mentality to hold on to power. That is not a democracy Liberia has. So if the president will remove every power from him, what is he going to do? But he depending on the support, the power that the implementer of the law, the president of the Republic of Liberia, has given him. So whatever he say, let him say it. But the president of the Republic of Liberia heard the decision of the Supreme Court. Other people they've been telling the president what is going on, even including ECOWAS. They've been telling the president what is going on. And if the president who said he was coming to implement or to reinforce the rule of law, if he does not yield to the to the ruling of the higher court in the country, then he is the problem. And then the Liberian people, whatever they can do to recall the president and to recall the speaker, the Liberian people can do it. So whatever he said, of course he's ashamed, and he said he was a regime president. So he waiting for the regime to tell him, well, I think we have a constitutional issue here, even though there's a political issue, but we have a constitutional issue. In the constitutional issue, you are wrong. So based on the constitution, you are no longer speaker. Gave my protection, gave the vehicle that I gave you that is entitled to the speaker, and all of that, you take it away from him, and you will see it. If you clip the wings from the bird, it's not going to fly. But if the bird has the wing, they're going to fly. So this guy, he can do anything he wants to do because he still has a wing. So he's going to fly. But if the Liberian people say, look, our Supreme Court has given that decision, you did not win Fonati during the regular normal election. Fonati beat you. And then while Fonati was away, then you have a coup d'etat, and you call it election, and you remove him. And the constitution is telling you that the method you use to remove him, that is not constitutional. You are a lawmaker, so that is not how the law works. And if you are saying, well, I'm not going to listen to the Supreme Court, then of course you are still a big rebel, And anybody who is a rebel, they have to get a rebel's reward. If the president himself is promoting this rebel ideology, and he also is abetting and doing all of this, or supporting, embracing, and encouraging this, then he himself is a rebel. And then we as a Liberian people, we say, Mr. President, we voted you to uphold the Constitution for the betterment of the Liberian people. And we see that you're not following the Constitution. And it is this very Constitution that you swore on. And for this reason, we don't want you to be the president. We can make that decision. So this is what we are saying. It is in the interest of all of us Liberians. If Liberia is safe, some of the things that we are doing in the country, it will prosper for the benefit of our Liberian people. The last time when they were talking about deporting people, the president said, yeah, let them deport them because so and so and so thing. I don't know why he was joking. But not knowing that the economy is being upheld by the people in the country. Most of the money that comes in the country, the remittance that we say in the country, is very, very helpful to our people. It's bringing up keeping up the government, besides the loan that they are taking and lavishing the loan at the detriment of the country. So our higher body has made the ruling. It is left with the president to uphold. If the president does not uphold, mean that the president is violating the Constitution as well. And then we as Liberian people, we need to take a step. And the step is that, Mr. President, we voted you for this purpose, and you said you're going to uphold the Constitution. You said you are going to support the rule of law. There's no rule of law. Just recently, I was watching a video, maybe a couple of months, or maybe 3 months ago, or maybe a little bit more than that, where two individuals in the public, that they stoned them either to death, but I don't think they survived. And that was on national, it was worldwide, because on the video, and I have the video, and there were some police officers standing by. Up to now, they have not arrested anybody. In fact, seeing the person who was throwing the rock, hitting this rock on the head of this young man that was accused of stealing motorbike or whatever the case was. This is the same president we'll talk about. I think he just did something recently about mob justice. And it happened right before your eye, and you are not really make it serious for your police to arrest those who did that. It is on video. You can get them. I don't care whether they move to Rural Bazaar or We Nation or wherever they go. We can track them down. We can get them. But that can only happen where the rule of law is implemented. So whatever Representative Kuhn is saying, so when people when they are ashamed, they will say something. It's like a man and a woman fighting, and the man applying all his strength, but the woman is strong, and the woman beating the man and say, Jada, because you're a woman. No, not because the person is a woman. If you're a woman, you're not going to start the fight. Or even if the woman started the fight, you're not going to respond to the fight. But the woman is beating you, then you say, oh yeah, because I'm a woman. So that shame can bring those things. What Mr. Kuhn is saying, Mr. Koga is saying, no, not Koga, Mr. Majority Blood, the way you call it. What is his name again?
And Richard Kuhn.
Kuhn, okay, then I was right. Kuhn, what Kuhn is saying, but he and Jeremiah Kuhn related?
No.
Oh, so I thought I was missing the name. So what he's saying, it is just that's shame talk.
Okay, so following the statement from Richard Kuhn, another member of the House of Representatives who supported or who has been a supporter of Richard Kuhn, and who supported Richard Kuhn in purporting himself to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives, James Collier of Bond County, has threatened impeachment of the Supreme Court justices over the ruling in the horse impasse. It was reported by Front Page Africa. It said tensions between the Liberian legislature and the judiciary reached a boiling point on Wednesday after Bon County District 2 Representative James Collier issued a stern warning to members of the Supreme Court bench threatening possible impeachment proceedings. Representative James Collier remarks comes in response to the Supreme Court ruling in favor of the embattled Hospital J. Fonati Kofa against the majority bloc and its self-declared Speaker Rachel Nangbe Kond. So you see, following the ruling of the Supreme Court, a member of the House of Representatives, a member of the majority bloc, one person who supported Rachel Kond with that lawless behavior to be parading the corridor of Liberia as speaker, now said, or he's threatening the impeachment of those justices of the Supreme Court, all because the ruling did not favor the president he supported to be purporting as speaker. You see, when we talk about the lawlessness in this country, how Liberia is becoming lawless day by the day. When all of us, including lawmakers, common citizens, those appointed by the president, those elected during the 2023 elections, when everybody decided to say, hey, listen, with the ongoing hullabaloo, with the ongoing impasse, with the ongoing misunderstanding, misinterpretation of the Supreme Court first statement, where they said it was, they used the word ultra virus. Everybody interpreting it in their way. Majority bloc said it was SYC. Minority bloc or rule of law caucus said it was SYC. We were running from one lawyer to another. Some lawyers were even speaking based on anonymity. They were scared to call their names because they not wanted to be haunted. Everybody said, don't wait for the final ruling. Don't wait for the final judgment from the Supreme Court bench. This time, we were all praying and calling on the Supreme Court to be clear. Go and make this thing clear. If Rachel Nangbe Kond is the legitimate speaker, make it clear so the beta boss seller in Jokwetan market can understand. Make it clear so my man that is in Todi, she can understand. Make it clear so the old man
please check your background. Check your background. Ali is in the backstage. Backstage.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry about
we
that.
were all crying. Yeah, I just got in. We were all crying. Make this thing clear. So the old man or the papa that is in Lofa County who do not understand clear English or the big book, so they can understand it very well. So some of us, our friends who are here in Monrovia, some of us who are journalists, so we can understand too, so we can relate to our people. That's what they call out there. And the Supreme Court, I guess after reading on social media, after listening to the radio, watching TV, and getting feedback from the community they live in, they decided to make it very clear so the layman can understand. So somebody who is sitting in Buse Quarter can understand. Somebody who has no interest in politics, but just believe that Liberia should be governed in a rightful direction, so he or she can benefit or can have a free movement, can go about doing their work, and nobody can point finger to them. So somebody who is in America or a Liberian who lives in Ghana or Nigeria can move freely. So they can't be pointing finger behind and say, hey, listen, you're in our country. Look at back in your country, you get two speakers. You're fighting what this, you're fighting what that. You can even settle your own horse problem. Don't put your more in Ghana politics. Don't put your more in Nigeria politics. The Supreme Court decided to listen to everybody. And today, They made it very clear. They say, Mr. Man, every other thing you are doing, that illegal thing you are doing, I know. That job you get, that office you're sitting in, you should not be sitting in that office. That office for Fonati Kofa. Fonati Kofa is the speaker. This is what every Liberian been waiting for. Even if the Supreme Court is going to come out today to inform Liberians in a very simple English to say, hey, listen, Fonati Kofa, you are not the speaker anymore because your friends decided not to work with you. Rachel Kun is the speaker. We're all going to accept that. We're going to move forward because we wanted it to be interpreted. We wanted it to be made clear. After making it clear, one man who is a lawmaker in Bond County, who should be respecting the rule of law in Liberia, who should be respecting the ruling from the Supreme Court, said, or not threatening impeachment against the justices on the bench of the Supreme Court. Where are we heading? This is why I keep saying the lawlessness is getting too much in Liberia. Citizens need to stand up. The citizens of this country need to stand up. If the citizens fail to stand up to those, the elected lawmakers, because some of them fail to understand that 6 year job they get, 6 years will go, or 6 years will finish. 6 years will finish. Some of them, they don't even report to their district as lawmakers. They were elected to represent the people of their district. They live on Bonkan, they live on Lofa, they live on Nima. They just come to Moreover to go to that house there and make some noise. They get nothing to put on the floor that will benefit not just their own citizens in their district, but will benefit the country. Some of them, they are bobo. So say one, so say all. They just listen to their friends. They make no sense. A man who is a lawmaker who was elected after listening to the Supreme Court that all of us were all waiting to listen to. They came out with the final ruling today. Then you threaten impeachment. Solo, Masale, you guys are far away, but this is like where we're in now. The lawlessness is getting too much. If the citizens of this country fail to stand up, starting with the respective districts, that thing I was said today by James Collet, that first one I was said by Rachel Kun. If the citizen or the resident of his district 11, if they can stand up and look in the face of their lawmaker and say, hey, listen, we elected you to be representative of district 11. We did not elect you to go be speaker. The people say your speaker, what you are doing, it was not the real way you got it. Leave the people's speakership, represent us. This is exactly what the citizens of District 11 should be saying. And those people in Bond County, they are lawmakers who say they will impeach the justices on the Supreme Court bench because they ruled in favor of Fonati Kofa. Those guys should be standing up at about this time to tell their lawmaker, we elected you to represent us. We elected you to seek the interest of the Liberian people, to seek our interest. We didn't elect you to go be supporting one man who was purporting or keep purporting himself to be the speaker, which of course you know full well he was not elected to be the speaker. Citizens need to stand up. Like, yeah, from you, Aliyu, you just come in. Welcome to the Nighttime Spin, Aliyu.
Thank you. Yes, Thomas Solomon, good evening. How are you, my brother?
I'm not talking to you. I see your face.
I'm driving. I'm driving.
Oh, yeah, I see. I want to ask you.
Good evening.
I'm
There we
driving.
go.
Yeah, my man Solomon, how the evening day?
Oh, my man, I'm very, very excited. At least what we've been praying for, that's the beginning in the country. So I'm excited.
Yeah, thank you. And Thomas Kujorola, I know I can see everybody excited today. Just that our people on the other side, they are the only ones that are not excited. Well, this is a football game. One person just have to win, even when a five penalty, when any penalty, you still have to go, and one person had to be the winner.
No, but suddenly the excitement is not about one person won into the winner to Supreme Court. It is about bringing to an end the lawlessness.
Yes, yeah, that's the fight. But first of all, one thing I will say, this issue about the rule of law, or when we're talking about a democratic government or the rule of law, this is something that brings dignity and pride to every nation. So we have to live by the rule of law in every country. And one thing I say today is this is something that we, the Nigerians, we have to try to get rid of. Because if we continue this, we are not going anywhere. This issue about putting party over the country, this is something that we really need to try and get rid of. Because you see today where you see people all on social media, you see government officials, you see citizens, they are insulting the justices from the Supreme Court bench, all because these people have put the party over the country, the interests of the country. And this is something that we have to really take ourselves from into. And I can understand our people from the other side, the Unity Party people. The time for elections, the time for campaigns are over. This is time to govern. You people already won this election. Why is the bitterness coming from in the country now? You people wanted to win election. You already won the election. This is start to govern. But you people continue to be better. You continue to be better. Anything that happen in the country when they talk, you say CDC did the same thing. CDC did the same thing. And this is what I can really get. Did you come to power to continue what CDC was doing? Or you came to power to change things around? This is what I can really get. Today, President William made statement. People there insulting him, saying all kind of things to him, this and that. Hey, cabinet Jana, you never respected the Supreme Court, you never respected ECOWAS, this and that. All kind of things they get to say. These are some of the things that you voted him out. You people came to continue the city, or you came to change things around to do the best thing. As you said, you came to rescue. The last time when the Supreme Court said anything that was done when it is not in line with Article 33 and 49 is ultra virus. Everybody was celebrating. Majority blood say, oh, we in our favor. Majority blood say in our favor. And it was just like that. They say, oh, the Rudy was on big four, blah, blah, blah. They speaking BB boo. Today now they bring the Rudy, they make it clear. Everything you did, they made he's the legitimate speaker. He was there, you're going having session or taking your friend and suspending them, all kind of thing, or going to Capitol building, bringing police people, beating on lawmaker, and breaking into people offices. You look at our Chief Justice, one of the justices from the Supreme Court bench, you say he talking that liquor. All of these things then, they tell you today everything that you did, it was unconstitutional, it was illegal. Mr. Kufa is the legitimate speaker of the Republic of Liberia and on the 54th legislature, 55th. He said at that, and they made several times without number, even his supporters. If Supreme Court come out and say, oh yes, majority block, everything you did, it was in line with the Constitution, they accept, they will work with you. If they say everything that you did was unconstitutional, it was illegal, you have to accept too. But today, if you can see like Jim Scholar, I saw him, he was crying. This whole thing, why people were against for that Kofa, he was this is all about why everybody want to be on committees. That's why you saw him today, he broke into tears. Because now the committee he was on, he coming to lose it. When Fonati Kofa come back, he will not be on committee again. That's why you saw him crying today like his mother died. He left when they talking about impeaching people on the Supreme Court bench. Local people like Mo Ali, what moral integrity you have in our country? Any serious minded country, serious minded government, Mo Ali, where you impregnated somebody dollar, telling her to go and abort pregnancy, who will keep such a man in any country in a government with that kind of character? You see, local people like Wilmer Payne today, all the charge they are writing. Those people told us that they are the well experienced and educated people, but they continue to show to we the Liberian people that they are the most educated fools. This nonsense must stop. And people talking for Natikofa should resign. If I were for Natikofa, I can't even resign. I will try to negotiate and lobby with my men there. Let me get my number. And then when I start to have quorum and things, other people that will not come and read two, 3 times, you can come. You know, I expel you or I suspend you because I already get my number now. You see, or I read the NDC and declare your seat vacant. And they clause that in the constitution that you can get with some few group of people, they can get together to remove a speaker. They had to work on it to take that nonsense from the constitution. So they think I can stop about removing speaker all of the time. But this whole thing now, people say, oh, for that takeover, the speaker position, and now your power farm, that now your power property, you should leave it, this and that. I see people talking, say, crew people that smart people, but the other crew man, he not smart, he dull, he too greedy for power. For that takeover, and Rachel Kun, who greedy for power? The man who say the moment they say everything Rachel Kun did, he was right, I will work with him. Why Rachel Kun now, he can't work with him? These two people who really greedy for power. This is what I can get. Let Rachel Kun there, your wealth. Now she putting in for divorce because of infidelity or you've been cheating on her, you're married. Those kind of character them. That's somebody for us to keep. You and your woman get property, every money that you've generated, you can show to her. All of these things, the kind of people there are people there to be speaker. Now we say, oh yeah, we want quote. Well, it is we fighting to get seat on the United Nations Security Council. These are the things we'll be doing in our country for us to get seat on the United Nations Security Council, where we can uphold the rule of law that bring pride and dignity to our country. Then we want to get seat. That the kind of thing the people will be looking at and say, oh yeah, the people are serious minded people. You see, we had to stop this thing. And this whole thing, people just looking at it. Oh yeah, when Fonati Kofa go by, then CDC win. Oh, when Rachel Kun go by, United. Let's stop this nonsense. The time for United Party and CDC, that time is over. That capital we can be doing all this thing there, as CDC, you United Party made this and that. That time is over. This is time to govern. Please, let's put the interests of our country above party. Time for politics and the time can be doing all the foolish things. The time for campaign, all of these things are over. This is time to govern. Let's forget about this thing because when all the people today that you see, they writing, they sorting here and there, 95% are Unity Party people because they feel that Funati Kofa have won the case, which means that CDC have won. So even they looking at the bad thing, people abusing the rule of law, the constitution, but because of party sentiment, because of politics, they agree for our country to be disgraced because of party, because of politics, then for us to do the right thing that will bring dignity and pride to our country. But now this whole thing is left with President Bwaka now. Now we coming to see if President Bwaka really keen to rescue our country if we get the country at heart. Because even whether he stay in Ghana or in Liberia, the moment you receive that information today as a president who know that you don't want people to undermine your government, you keen to rescue anything that happen, they will say Joseph Bwaka government, Joseph Bwaka government. They will not say Mo Ali government. They will not say Rachel Kun government. You the president, everything will go on you. That's your character. It will be on your character. Your integrity matter as a president looking at your age. The way you are in Ghana today, you got that information immediately. You call your justice minister, whosoever, your script Rachel Kun up. You turn everything over to Fonati Kofa. That alone can bring some peace in the country immediately. It can stabilize the country. But till now, you saw Rachel Kunwe Botoke in making reckless statement, as far as he concerned, he stayed the speaker, this and that. So President Bwaka now, everything now, if anything happen in our country, God forbid, we will hold you responsible. All power is now invested in you to scrape Rachel Kun off, and for Nati Kofa take a position. It's up to him now to see if he can call his men together, if they will have election, whatsoever now is up to him. But it is up to you first as a president to turn everything over to him. So they think that we have to put the interest of our country first. Some of all where we find ourselves, we get representative, we get senator, we get governor in our state. Those people, they put the interest of their state first before even their party a thing. That's why they were sent therefore to govern, because they look at their character, their integrity tomorrow. But Liberia, it is quite unfortunate. Our people, they don't care for their character, their integrity. They put, because of politics, party sentiment, that's why they put ahead of everything. When are we going to get leader that will put the country first? These are some of the things that make our government to fail. Because even when they're doing the wrong thing, their supporters will always support them. They pray sinking them. Because why? They feel that when they say the truth, they will lose that fight. This nonsense, CDC did it, we have to stop it. Capital are over. The nonsense that CDC did, you kick them out, you can't continue doing the same thing. You need to come and do the right thing. Because if you continue the same nonsense of CDC, you will be kicked out too tomorrow. Thank you.
But this is what we are to everything that you said. Of course, CDC or any political party, they do the same thing. The difference between CDC and Unity Party is the president of the head or the standard bearer or the political leader of CDC. When they remind him or they say, well, this is the law, this is how it's supposed to go, then he will follow the law. But CDC will do the same thing that Unity Partisans are doing. What we need to be talking about is about the country. There are a lot of people who are in CDC who don't even have a good morality, and they were also part of CDC. They were in government. There are people in the Unity Party that don't have good morality, like you mentioned, the Mo Ali and all those stuff. Yes, in both parties or in all the parties, even here in the United States, the Democrats, whether this is the law, the Constitution, they will, once it is the Republican or Donald Trump, they will close their eyes and begin to do this stuff. Look at the amount of damages that people are doing because they said President Trump and people that are working with him. So the thing that the Unity Party doing in Liberia, that's the same thing that political parties all across the country, they do that. We protect the image of our party. But what we are talking about here is where the Constitution is violated. That's what matters. And in this case, the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia was violated by a Kun and then his group. So those other people who are protecting the interests of their party, they will say all of these things. But what matters to you and to me is the rule of law. We need to come back to that. Because other than stating that Unity Party accused CDC for, CDC, Unity Party is doing the same thing. Those things are even, they accuse the Ellen administration for, the other people who accuse, this is the norm in the country. But when it comes to the violation of the Constitution, there were all of us, because no political party is above the rule of law. And these guys, especially the lawmaker from Bon County, he's saying what he's saying because of shame. Nothing else, but because of shame. They were now following the very law that they swore on to be governed by that law. They violate it. So the Liberian people, we are saying, because you violated the very Constitution that brought you to office, this is why we are saying enough is enough when it comes to the violation of the Constitution. But when it comes to party sentiment, that is everybody. We do it here in the United States. We do it in Europe. They do it in Liberia. That's the same thing. But what we need to do, if any political party, whether they are in leadership or not, once the violation of the Constitution is clear, we need to speak about it, because then that particular government is not there for the rule of law. Every time President Weah, at the time, I was not his supporter. I like the young man because of some of the things that he had done when it comes to humanity or humanitarian work. Because that's one of my calling in ministry. So I appreciated that. But when it comes to politics, I know he does not understand the political languages. He's not a politician. He's somebody who, when he sees there's a need and that need need to be met, he will do that. And that's what make me to support his re-election. There are people in his party that were also not wanting to follow the rule of law. He said, no. We have to follow the rule of law. And even he and his a strong young man, the one that he considered to be his son, Jefferson Kochi, when he was trying to undermine him and to do ABC and D, he said, no. You're not the president. I'm the president. And again, I have been fighting for the rule of law. If I see something that's going to create chaos, that many innocent lives going to be lost, I have to take that stand as a leader. So President Weah took that stand. Now that President Bwaka is in a seat, the violation of the Constitution, it is wrong. He should not support that. He should come and remove every support that he gave to Kun, the self-made speaker, so that Liberia will be at peace. There are a lot of people who came in the country. They have been having good time with even the Reggie Kun, thinking that the people are there or to side with him. To do that, the people came to do fat funny. And when someone is coming in your country to do fat funny, they will not just be just with you. They will visit other people to see how things are going. So some people from America, they were bragging, oh yes, the lawmaker from this state, they came and blah, 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 taking picture with them and what have you. Good. But those people are there if we will be able to uphold the rule of law. Those people, they have seen, although there's the mob justice in the street where Liberians will kill Liberians because somebody stole maybe a bundle of zinc or maybe chicken, and then we slaughter that person in the street, and then there's no arrest, there's no justice. So all of those things they have been observed. So people come in the country to do that fat funny. So because they came in the country to do that fat funny, it doesn't mean that they're siding with you. The international community that we always run into, they've seen it. The very U.S. embassy that we are talking about, they've seen all of those things, and they know exactly what's going on. But we as Liberians, we need to support the political party called Liberia. And that political party has its constitution, which is the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. And that Constitution needs to be obeyed. And this is where we stand as patriotic Liberian. What United Partisans are doing is not abnormal. All political parties, they've been doing the same thing. When we are in position or in leadership, and then anything is going wrong, of course the opposition will talk about it. And if we respect the rule of law, we adjust ourselves to go by the rule of law. If we don't respect the rule of law, we'll continue to go that route. Now that the Supreme Court has made their ruling, it is left with the government, which it does not make sense for me to hear from those guys to say this one is that. The government of Liberia, 3 branches. The other branch is telling you that what you did is wrong. So what are you going to do? Unless you guys continue to do what you're doing and The military say, okay, enough is enough. I think we're gonna put a stop to everything so that we can start afresh. This is where you see military coup d'etat happening in other countries. So we are not praying for military coup d'etat to come in a country where people, maybe some innocent people, will lose their life. But what we are praying for is the rule of law. And if there is an individual or a government that is not implementing the rule of law, of course, somebody will take a stand and say, look, enough is enough. And that will be done. So yes, it is good that people from our party, United Party, they may be doing this, they may be doing that. Of course, people from CDC, they did whatever and whatever. That is the norm. But what we need to support is the rule of law. As President Weah always said, when I came in, he said this was the law and I obeyed it. So then why you don't want to obey it? And that was a good statement that the president made. And this is what I want for all of us Liberians to talk about. That we need to be controlled by the rule of law. The very lawmaker will come and maybe somebody will take your girlfriend when you talk about it, they put you in jail for no reason. But anyway, the only reason that because they took your girlfriend. I have seen things that happen to some of my friends who are in government. And they took this poor guy's girlfriend, and when the guy was talking about it, they arrested him, put some kind of crime on him, and then he stayed in jail for I don't know for how many years before finally he was able to get out of the jail under the Boakai regime. So people are taking the law in their own hands. They are not following the rule of law. Anybody who is not following the rule of law, we as Liberian people, we need to come. Partisan, as Aliu said, partisan is not going to help the country. We have done that all the time. We got rid of the Republican Party in Liberia. We left with the True Party. It stayed there for all of these years. Then we have multi-party system. Then True Party was kind of replaced by NDPL. Today, you don't hear about NDPL. Then we have all of these very groups. And Liberia is not getting anywhere through political party affiliation. Liberia will get somewhere when we as Liberians follow the rule of law and we work together for the betterment of our country. And this is why I'm excited, because the rule of law has been reintroduced to our government. And it is left with the implementer of the government policy to come to respect the rule of law. And I know President Joseph Yuma Boakai, who is the champion through his campaign about the rule of law, will honor the rule of law to do the right thing so that he can leave whatever legacy he can leave, and then any other person that will come to take over from him, that will be fine. When President Boakai made his statement, he said, President Weah, all the other stuff that he has done, the good ones will build on the good ones. And the good ones were road connectivity. Today, if you go to the Saktapier Road that President Weah regime started, Boakai's regime is continuing for it to go to the place that it's supposed to have gone. When President Weah regime started the River Says Sano Highway, they started it today. The Boakai administration, they're coming in to continue from there. The same Raofi Highway that people are saying all kinds of things, oh, that road will eat. President Boakai is continuing those things. So it is a plus. He made a statement. If you guys listen keenly to President Boakai's statement, says some of the things that President Weah did that are good will continue. And this is why you see everybody on social media, when they grade some of that small road, they will put it, say, oh yeah, look at the road we're making and all of this stuff. That's how government works. It's continuity, but the rule of law matters. President Weah gave his life for the rule of law, so President Joseph Yuma Boakai needs to give his life for the rule of law, so that Liberia can be a better place for all of us, whether Liberia in the diaspora or Liberia in Liberia. So if you want also make some calls, we can do that. If you want to read some comments, we can do that.
Okay. This is the nighttime spin on Freedom 87.9. We are here bringing you the Wednesday morning into Thursday editions of the program, the nighttime spin. some of the comments coming in. Abraham B. Kroma, I joined the conversation from the Iron Factory community resident. Asata M. Miller. Good evening, family. I'm watching live from Soaking the community. Manin Lasanan, I'm watching from Nan Street. Nelson Kiddo. I'm Nelson K. Franklin watching from Mount Barkley. That's Mount Barkley, like bringing say Mount Barkley community. Another person say a very pleasant good morning to the peace-loving citizens of Mama Liberia, watching live from Fish Market resident. I'm Stanley Bozo following the conversation. Kojo, Baka, Mr. Rees and Ali Mazade, this reckless attitude continue to prove honor this regime lacked the moral. The Supreme Court was very clear in protecting the law. In protecting the law. Speaker Kofa is the legitimate speaker. If they respect the Supreme Court, the Liberian people will protect Speaker Kofa. Well, stand it. I'm struggling to get it. Last name say good evening, Freedom FM family. I am following from Cotton Tree, District 2, Lower Markibi County. Thanks for the show. If you have the comments on our Facebook feed, let's go to the line and interact with you of our callers. We have 24 minutes after 12. Call us on 0776 104 104, 0776 104 104, 086 500. You'll be live on the program, The Nighttime Spin, right here with us on Freedom 87.9. We're talking about. Okay, let's get this person right. Hello. Your name and where have you joined us from? Welcome.
Yeah. I just wanted to.
Go ahead now. We're getting you. Hey, okay. We can take the session on the radio. Let's get this person right here. Hello. Okay, the person slip off. Call us on 0776 104 104, 0776 104 104, 086 500 104. You'll be live on the program, The Night and Spin. Call us. When you call, you walk away from the radio. Like this international call from right there. Joseph Colley is calling us from Osa, Liberia. I guess he's calling us from the United States of America. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Joseph Colley calling from New York. And to the studio guests, look, man, these people are not serious. These are just a bunch of hooligans just came and took over and seized the country and just doing all the clandestine and criminal activity to the Liberian people. Let me tell you, the Liberian people got to be serious. We need to take a grandstand. If people can't demonstrate, just leave. How they call it? Those who driving taxi, everybody just have a grandstand. No going to work. Market people just stay home. That's the only way. If you can demonstrate that we can't kill you, they will not go to your houses. You don't want to do nothing. Everybody, those who ride keke water, let them feed it. Everybody just stay home. 2-3 days. Nothing go on. Everybody just stay home. Every activity, you just stop it. So that the government will know. Because this is crazy. What is any kind of insignificant creature, man? You Supreme Court taking decision and you coming and making some sweeping statement? You think it's about you? It's about the nation. It's about the welfare of the people, not you. But these are just a bunch of criminals that they like in opposition and they go there. It's just all about themselves. Let me tell you, this is not politics. This is just greed. Greed for power. The thing, how they call it, they are there forever. That's why you see, oh, it's just unfortunate for my brother, man. Look, we should be doing these kind of things. The people already have no kind of negative thinking of us. Because me alone, man, I refer my brothers, the fella, and other things as my uncle and thing. But you know, Liberian people already calling you name and you go take the kind of name with James Colette, they're already calling you stupid. When they say fella, it means stupid. Then you come in and accept this kind of thing and behaving to the Liberian people like that. It's just unfortunate. You went and burglarized the speaker house. Who gave you that authority?
The Speaker office.
Then the Supreme Court coming and the Speaker office. And then how they call it, the Supreme Court coming and telling you what to do, then you look, but history will judge us, my brothers, all the Liberian people. History will judge us.
Okay.
But what these guys are doing is criminal in nature. But they know what is coming for them.
Okay.
God bless you all, man. Take good care, brother.
Thank you, Joseph. Let's get this person from right here from the local line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where have you joined us from? Welcome.
Pero I just listen to the conversation, it's saddening me sometimes, some of us we hustle. When we see our brothers then I'm sure we make the effort decision for us. They are mid-placing that said to say mid-placing Liberia. Because the first thing is you know yourself before you go somewhere. Leadership line are fighting it. Leadership from God. You can see the ability in you before that leadership been given to you peacefully.
Okay.
You don't force it. You will elect some man that you trust. You say this man is our leader. And the Lord that make you to elect that person, and that the Lord is supposed to deal with if the man has done wrong, then you deal with that law so that man can be removed.
Okay.
But you can't do it unlawfully. Some of us we didn't know it more. But the people they're working in that the country. Thank you for my lady.
Thank you. Call us on 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 086 500 104. You be live right here on the night and spin. I got this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you join us from?
I'm calling from Ghana supermarket.
Go ahead.
We told the that papa they call Mr. Waka, he's the convention of it. Mr. Waka will have it. The one party, the constituency, all the people have that party for leadership. When Mr. Waka go there, the people everything was takla. When that king, he went to the court, he told the people say he went to throw it. So, I don't know whether he was going to stay there, he went there, he takla the whole thing. Today, the people will break away. We told them, let the man to be leader. Now, if the problem comes to the lower house, what that knows very well that this position was going on. Almost 6 months, position went on. They never got any care for it. Now the people now about 1 week to this morning, then he asked the Supreme Court to pay 2 weeks, so he will convene. Now, I don't know why he went there in it. Now the people get the ruling. Today now, this thing, I don't know why he went there. Then the majority black taking a blue. And the constitution of the Congress there, when the Supreme Court gave the ruling, nothing, no court there again to give ruling. Anything the Supreme Court say that is found. And that's why we think both Waka and Christian Court, they are to change.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I got this person right here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and where have you joined us from?
Yeah, my name is Mohammed Yofufana and I'm calling from Nigeria.
Welcome.
Bro, thank you for the coming on this question.
Okay.
Really I want to ask a question because somehow we don't know the law. Hey, am I above the law?
No, nobody above the law in Liberia, not even the president. Nobody above the law.
The one is there, the Supreme Court come with the final decision in insulting the Supreme Court. So we the local people as well, we want tomorrow,
Well, that's the question right there that Richard Kuhn and followers should be answering. How would they feel when the common citizens themselves begin to do such or begin to resist Supreme Court or Supreme Court ruling? Okay, thank you. The person left the line already. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother.
Your name and where have you joined us from?
Francis Fanny is my name. I join you from Bull River Resident.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the topic on the discussion.
Okay.
You know, this thing we've been talking on it until today have come to the ruling from the Supreme Court. I mean, I've been saying it, been critical on it that no matter how it be, Onati Kofa going to be the legitimate speaker that we know of.
Okay.
But for one reason, the president put them, or the representative, the senator, and then that has been voted for Onati Kofa. If Richard Nangwekum knows that he is a speaker or he wants to participate in speaker position, then he go to rule and law.
Okay.
Okay, let me tell you something, my brother. Unity Party people, the king will lie. So lie. And that rebel behavior in India. What happened in Rufa? Our brother and sister that the brutal last in Rufa, they killed them. In Nima, all over Liberia, they did it. They say when Joey has been there will be no Liberia. Since Baka has took state power, just in one project that Baka has initiated, a full unity partisan wash, or they have put in place to the another project, just in one. They have done everything. They say, oh, even the development that will carry on is under Popo agenda. Popo agenda is our rescue. Let's go back to Jim's Colette statement. Jim Colette and the the Eternal Affairs Minister, they are rebel.
No, don't refer to that as rebel. No. Just speak to the issue. Don't call them rebel.
Okay, sorry for that.
Yeah, take it back.
Because actually, the way they're behaving to all with the citizens, somehow, and for me, let me just explain my story. Our wheelbarrows push up at the time, Eddie regime.
Okay.
When Eddie took state power, our market there, they said they were going to invent the riser market. We want these people there. When they finished riser market, they never tell us to go back to our area. They came to clear our market. Father, I will not get it for you. Some of us got to go back over. And the time I got to go back over and also I come back in Moravia and give them over a bad motorball. And that's why the motorcycle there was no living thing. They do everything that they can make us weak. Every good thing around woman, you were part of it. Every bad thing around woman, you were not part of it. And that's how he carry on his government. Every bad thing they got and carry on, you will say he's not part of it. And any good thing they do, you will say yes, indeed.
Okay.
That means doing it.
Thank you. Like another person. Good morning.
Good morning, my son Kojo. How you doing?
Good morning, lady Yage.
Thank you for that name. Thank you.
Go ahead.
More time. Thank you, my son, for the show tonight. Let me say hi to my son, Masari, and my brother, Bakavis. Solomon Bakavis. How you doing, you, my people?
We're doing fine.
My son, Kojo Ruda. This thing we are into is a very best. It's not government we into it. They're not government here, my son Kojo Ruda. They pay men to us, they gave men to war. Now they war and tell the men just to obey men. I should have known better. But what going to today? Kojo Ruda. I want to pray a better to the men for 10 minutes. He insulted us in the country, yeah, they claim them. You think about Francisco Fire, the S1, the men to you, that war, then they put all of us on with the excuse that we are wrong in our house. Then they put all of us. That's what they say. To be moving with
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's why you get vote. They will kill us. And three people will tell us all they didn't see. There are three people to it. We got all the politics in the country. They want to vote their topic. So he didn't risk.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get this person. No. Don't do this to us. No. No, they will not continue with you. No, I will not continue with you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where you join us from? Welcome.
Thank you so much. I want to say hello to the diaspora. So for me, I just want to say from this one, fast to Papa Mboka. Papa Mboka is something that we all respect. That you also can go to. Now that integrity, they have said it all. I am fast to you. This is your regime. Do not make the world to look at all as an insignificant country. Because I've already on the map, people always laugh at all. The Supreme Court has said it. Please advise your son, Richard O, to sit down. You are not born with speaker of both ear in hand. When you get it for the night, fine. The Supreme Court has said that, advising, I guess you will listen to you. And you said that, another time, when they colleague want you, they get elected. If I went to arrest the Fulani want him. So please, Papa Baka, the world is looking at you. People say you got 42 years old, 42 years of experience. Do now other people already have said, and it's not true. Maybe it was your twin brother. Prove them wrong by telling Richard to say that. People have talked, they have talked, and that is the final. If you hope for other people to disrespect you, then don't go ahead to disrespect the Supreme Court.
Okay.
When people are watching this country and also your leadership. Thank you for putting me in time.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Francis Vani. I join you from Fall River Wrestling.
Welcome.
I was there to appreciate the Supreme Court bench for their ruling.
Okay.
Thank God, thank you for that. We just pray that the president should work with the ruling that came out today. We are overwhelmingly happy of the ruling today that Supreme Court bring out. And I would also like to thank the international panel that interviewed the issue that came in. And today, Supreme Court has come out with ruling that making the very people happy. We pray that the women will work with the rule of law. Because for them, I believe they are not people of law. If they are people of law, they will not be behaving this way.
Okay.
But we pray that the ruling that come out today should tell their heart to work with the law.
Okay.
Because with the law, we stand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This is the program, The Night and Spin on Freedom 87.9. We have Rough Day 14 minutes to be here on the night and spin. We can take at least 5 more calls coming in. Then we'll get back to our guys in the US. When you call, you walk away from the radio. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hello? Okay. Wasn't going to be ready. Call us on 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 086 500 104. You'll be live right here on the program The Night and Spin on Freedom 87.9 with me, Thomas Kojo Rolak, and the rest of the team in the United States of America. Hello?
Hello, my brother.
I'm doing good. Your name and where have you joined us from this morning?
My name is Jerry Konoda.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm telling you one parable. You put the God saw the boom. Yeah? Then on the door, but I don't know or we won't talk to each other of worker. You want me to actually get it out on your school, but if you don't forget, you can ask it.
Oh.
So the one out there.
So you think the statement of Richard Kun actually is being backed by the president of the state?
By the executive, yes, sir.
Oh my man, this is an allegation. The president, as a matter of fact, before Richard Kun, after Richard Kun posted the release, it took hours before the president could arrive in the country from Ghana. So I don't want to dignify that. Thank you. No, yeah, but I don't want to dignify that. I don't want to dignify that allegation, brother. I don't want to dignify that the president is actually in support. As a matter of fact, Mr. President is yet to speak on the Supreme Court ruling on today. So we all listening. Our ears are out there. We want to hear what the president will say. I'm a son of the mansion, but I did not go with the journalists who went at the airport today to receive the president. If I was there, that would have been the question I was going to ask. What's the opinion of the president on the Supreme Court ruling on yesterday? Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
I'm calling from Ghana.
What is the name? What is the name?
William II.
They call you what?
William II.
So what is your name now? Say they call you.
My name is William II.
But you say they call me, no. So go ahead.
Okay. You know, that papa they call Mr. Walker, you don't know what he wants. He knew very well that president is supposed to scatter a president of the special state, which is a government. He was going to that meeting when the people went, the people that went to make a negotiation, the more who they have a commercial state to carry in. Then he got blessed. You don't want to get what the start to go. They knew very well that when the president is sitting, he's supposed to get special to go, to be comfortable to go. When Gloria was doing it, he was running a mouth. Now, there's the problem I was facing. There's a corruption in the lower house. The lower house is so put a more either on the last 6 months. Now, when for the going to work, pay the teacher, then it's going all day, or 2 weeks, then it can be. I don't know why they want to eat it. Now the smoke comes down with the rain. I don't know why it went. That is thinking in the system. All the children, where are you there? They are there. They are there.
No. I will not accept that. Thank you. I will not accept that. No. Call us. No. I will not accept that. You don't call and insult on the radio. Call us on 0776104110. No, listen. I'm coming. When you listen, in as much we all disagreed, right? We all disagreed or we agree on some issues. We should not go to the level of insulting. I will not accept that. As a matter of fact, I will block your number will be blocked, right? You can't call on this medium. You won't go do it elsewhere. You can go ahead, but not yet. Even if you're angry with the president, even not the president, even when that sweeper in the community, you're not call and insult on this platform. As long as I am sitting behind the microphone, I will not accept that. Not even the sweeper in the community. Before I talk about the president, we all talking about respecting our leaders. Then you call, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Please, don't do that. Not yet. Don't do that anymore. Your name, where you join us from? Yeah, good morning. Your name, where you join us from? Welcome.
Well, I would like to thank the Supreme Court for the ruling. Logically, if no one is disgraced publicly, please leave that area.
Okay.
Please leave that area. The law is the law. Nothing above the law. Go by the ruling. Because you know when you leave that area, you are going to be charged for crazy. You stole the agreement money, you rob us. Damage consumer property, false in your car, all the charges will be laid against you and you can't escape it. Please leave that seat.
Okay.
Get ready, go to work for protection tomorrow.
Thank you. I get this very, very final caller. And don't get back to our guy. Your name, where you join us from this morning?
Jefferson, we are calling from 15th Street.
Welcome.
The government discussion. I'm going directly to our senator and our representative.
Go ahead quickly.
Especially for the spring.
Go ahead quickly, brother.
Okay. I'm taking the House of Representative of Richard. The Shinite thing to her. We have suffered a lot. That then listen to the ruling. The showing making hard for us. We're already suffering.
Okay.
That then resulting among ourselves. Let us do our job. We let them to do our job. Let us please do our job.
Okay.
If they wouldn't say for not German, political fight if our record. Okay, no problem. Let them go ahead for Richard Punching or a bit making all kind of statement. I'm taking them. We suffer. We not suffer a lot. And we die off.
Thank you. That's how we do it for the core segment of the program. The night and spin will have roughly 6 minutes to be here. Guys, you people listen to the callers.
Masale.
I think Masale.
Are you going to work? Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say many thanks to our callers and those who commented in our comment box. Again, Liberia is very, very important to all of us. We can always say, as Liberian, nobody can deport you from Liberia as a citizen. Even though somebody can put you in jail, but nobody can deport you. That's the only country that we have. And let the rule of law reign in our country. The decision has been made by our higher court. That is the only court. When they come out with a final decision, there is no other appeal court. So in every country, even here in the United States, the Supreme Court is a Supreme Court. So let's try to obey what the Supreme Court says. Look, I said that earlier, and I said when you have somebody who broke away from authority, which is from the Constitution, which is the highest authoritative book of the country that governs the country, you are a rebel. Those who are involved in that, they are rebels. And a rebel is defined, there's a common definition, Okoyo can define it for all of you and all of that. Once you rebel against an established tradition or authority, you are a rebel. You are rebelling against that establishment. So all of those guys who are now following the authoritative body, which is the highest decision maker in the country, you are a rebel, or you guys are rebels. If you want to come after me, that's fine, but let's define it before you come after me. Who is a rebel, or who are considered rebels? Those behavior, lawless behavior, they are rebellious behavior, and they are considered any rebellious behavior person who does that, they are rebels. So that's why some of our callers, they mention that strong word. It's like sometimes when somebody steal, we say row, row, row. But when government officials steal, instead of saying row, 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 we say that embezzlement. That's the same thing. So we should call space what is space. But if somebody calls here to go after the person's social life that has nothing to do with the Constitution or the subject matter, that is a different thing. But I want to be very thankful to all of you guys who listen to us. Look, the law is the law. Again, Mr. Kuhn is shame. Mr. Kohler is shame. Everybody that belong to that block, even including my own We Nation lawmaker, is a shame, because they all sided with the wrong thing because of party sentiment. That shouldn't be the way. We know that political party, that is good that all of us who belong to a very political party, we stay with the political party sentiment. But when it comes to the Constitution, once we do away with the Constitution, then we are violating the law that we say we're going to make, and the law that we want to govern our country. President Boakai, if he had not given a budget to the breakaway group for them to implement it, President Boakai, if he had not ignored the Speaker of the House when there was a fire at the Capitol building, President Boakai, if he had not sided with Kuhn, I'm talking about the lawmaker Kuhn, then nobody will say that President Boakai is aiding and abetting with the rebels group. And because he is doing that, so that's why we are saying he is in support of the rebellious act, of this rebel act that they are doing, which is against the rule of law. President Boakai has been in government for all of these years. He knows the rule of law. He needs to implement the rule of law for the betterment of the country. Other people, we said that he was not capable of being a president, and let him prove me wrong. Let him prove Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf wrong, and other people prove them wrong, that he's capable to govern, that he's capable to find resolution to problem. When the president can do that, then I will say, oh, thank God that he has proven me wrong. But where he came in and the coalition, the political coalition party, it got dissolved. And when he came in with the situation that was in the Unity Party that he couldn't resolve, so it made me to have come to a point that this man, this individual who is now our president, cannot resolute problem. Because if you are a leader and you cannot find solution to the problem, your leadership is in vain. It will not accomplish anything. So since our higher court has made a decision, we are all appealing to the president so that he will follow the rule of law for his legacy. I know that he may not want to run for the second term, but let him do the right thing starting from this one, so that President Boakai can at least have a legacy that this is somebody who promote the rule of law. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Ali, you can go.
Yeah, thanks to the callers and those people in the comment section. I think that is just it. Solomon said because the rule of law, this is something that brings dignity and pride to our country. Any country without a rule of law, that country is not considered a safe place because there are just lot of lawlessness will be going on. Everybody doing their own thing. And to those people who taking this whole court issue to be like it's a unity party and CDC competing, you have to stop these things. Okay? Because first of all, not everybody can work in government. Some of you today you're not even say working, you ain't doing nothing in our country. You have to be going to the law because the offices they give you they give you you used to buy something good for your life. That's why you will be on throughout. You think I'm obtaining your future? You see, you go to this and then someone pay
The internet is very bad with you, so we'll have to leave you, and then we'll have to go on this one, the nighttime spin right here with me, Thomas Kojo Rolak. We have to leave you. We got a very bad internet.